everybody, it's Frost here from the NBB, and I've got today a tutorial for you on how to set up a Terraria server, or Terraria, whichever one you want to call it. I've heard it both ways. Anyway, point is, you need Terraria first of all, otherwise this isn't going to work. You're just going to be making a server for a game you don't have. Next, you need your Terraria server.exe. That'll be in your Terraria folder. Now, where that will be is in your Steam folder. You can open up that, Steam Apps, Common, scroll down to wherever your Terraria is, and Terraria server.exe. I made a shortcut for mine, but yours probably won't have one unless you've already set one up. Next thing you're going to need, Evolve. A handy dandy little tool that will help you kind of connect to your friends. Just like Hamachi works, except for it actually works better. Now this one, you will need to create an account real quick, but it is nothing painful. It takes like 5 seconds, and you should have that ready. I've already created one, so I'm going to launch my client. By the way, you have to download the client as well, of course. Alright, now, when you first create it, you're going to get this screen right here. When you open up your client, you're going to want to go click the multiplayer option and create party.
Now, before it'll actually let you create party, it's going to say one thing. It's going to say that you need to install a network
that's in this
driver.
party screen. You got that wrong.
Yeah.
When you create this party, in here there's going to be a little box right here, and it's going to tell you that you need to install some network drivers. So you're going to click OK to download them and stuff like that. So anything. Oh, by the way, something that happens sometimes is people forget to click it to make sure that this has access to relations in public networks. You're going to want to check that. Terraria and Evolve, if it ever happens to pop up, make sure in your firewall that they have access to public and private networks. A lot of people mess that up sometimes. Now, once you've got those network drivers installed, you're going to want to go over here to set the party game. The party game will be Terraria for this one, although you can actually use this for a lot of other things besides Terraria. And there we go. Hit next. Host game or find game, you're going to want to hit host game. Now the find game thing is if you don't have any friends and you're really looking for a game. But I've got friends, so I'm not going to do that. Minimum and maximum players. This really doesn't matter. This is just for your
depending on the
party
amount of
size.
people that you have in there.
I mean, if you really have that many people that are trying to join you, you've probably got some problems in the first place. Anyway.
Well, you don't have problems, you just have a lot of friends.
Either that, or you've got a lot of stalker people. Anyway,
Ooh.
this doesn't really matter, it's completely optional, just hit finish if you don't care. Now, the next thing you're going to need to do is remember to make sure that your friends also have Evolve. If they don't have it, it's not going to work. You need to make sure they're signed in, and then you're going to hit send party invite. Type in their username, they have to be friends with you, which is a painless process as well. They just, type in your name and in their little friends list thing. Anyway, I'm going to type in Volvax first. Oh, I put in a P instead of a V. Alright, invite Volvax. I sent one to him, and also one to Pie Guy. There we go. Now we can just close this window. And so, now both of these guys are in my party. So, all we need to do now is actually run our server.exe and join the server. So what we're going to need to do is run your server.exe. Now it's going to pop up a black command prompt like this. I've got it up here. And you're going to have to actually set up a world and everything like this. So it's going to ask you what world you want to do. You probably are going to need to do a new world unless you've already set up one. I'm just going to do world 1, which is a world, because I've already set that one up before. Max players, press enter for 8. I don't really care, so 8. Server port, press enter for 7777. Because it doesn't really matter for this, OK. Automatically port forward, you're going to hit Y for yes. Server password, I don't really care. So I'm just going to hit enter for none. It's going to be resetting game objects real quick. And doing everything else. There we go, listening on port 7777. Or whatever port you decided to pick.
Yep.
So, now, this here, it's waiting for me to join the server. So, the next thing we need to do is to give this number over here my number, the host of the leader, or the IP address of the leader, the host, whatever you want to call it, this number right here. Now this one is 10.60.134.2. That's mine. So the other guys can actually see my screen, so can you guys go ahead and open up your Terraria and get to that now?
Yep,
Yes.
I'm like right there. I just typed it in.
Okay, so what you're going to need to do, if you're joining, you actually have to type in that number. If you're hosting it, then it doesn't really matter. Now, I've got my Terraria open here. We're going to hit multiplayer. You're going to want to go to join and pick whatever character. Now, these are two different places, but if you're joining, you're going to have to hit the number that I told you before. It'll be different for every person. And if you are the host, you can actually do something really cool. Type in just local host. Enter. The port is 7777 for mine because it's the default. Found server. It's going to receive title data. Take a
Hey,
little
you
while.
joined.
And now we're here.
Yay.
And now let me get in. Yep, found the world. Receiving tile data.
It's a little laggy right now because I've got 6 different processes going on my computer.
And I just joined.
Yep. So, that's that. That's how you set up a server in Terraria.
Go do it.
Yeah.
Now.
Go do it, guys. Have fun. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. We'll be sure to answer all your questions. So, thank you guys for watching this little tutorial. We'll see you guys in the next chapter.